This is a live look at the Senate floor where Democrats are continuing their filibuster, calling for a vote on a measure that would bar suspected terrorists from buying guns. The filibuster's been going since just after 11:20 Wednesday morning when Connecticut Democrat Chris Murphy took the floor.
I'm at my wit's end. I've had enough. I've had enough of the ongoing slaughter of innocents, and I've had enough of inaction in this body. Every shooting is different. And so I'm going to remain on this floor until we get some signal, some sign that we can come together on these two measures, that we can get a path forward on addressing this epidemic in a meaningful, bipartisan way.
Let's bring in Nancy Cordes in our Washington bureau. Nancy, we heard Senator Murphy reference specific measures. What is he calling for?
Hi, Elaine. Well, what he wants are votes on a couple of amendments that Democrats have been pushing for years. The first one has to do with barring people who are on a terrorist watch list, as you just saw Dean Reynolds explain, from getting a gun, from being able to buy that gun. This is a measure they've put forth in the past. It has failed. Republicans have their own measure. It's pretty different. And beyond that, Democrats would like a vote on closing the gun show loophole in background checks. This means that whenever you go to a gun show to buy a gun, you don't have to get a background check. So that's also something they've been pushing for a long time. He wants to ensure that both of those will get a vote on the Senate floor soon, and he says he's not leaving until he gets those assurances from Republicans.
So there is Senator Murphy as we speak. He said he wasn't going anywhere. We've seen other speakers since the filibuster started. What are the rules, Nancy, for keeping the floor?
The rules are basically that he can't leave. He can ask a question of another Democrat and let them sort of hold forth, but he has to stay there on the Senate floor. And depending on what a stickler the presiding officer in the Senate is being at that moment, he's not even allowed to really sit down. He has to stay standing, which means obviously he can't leave to go to the bathroom. Someone can bring food into him, but he can't leave to get any. And so the question is, how long does his stamina hold out? Now, unlike some other senators who we've seen attempt long filibusters like this, like Ted Cruz or Rand Paul, he is getting some breaks from time to time because there have been dozens of Democrats who have joined him in this crusade. He sort of took some of them by surprise when he announced that he was doing this morning, but they really rallied behind him. In fact, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker said, "I've cleared my schedule today and tonight. I'm here with you. I'm going to come speak." And so they've all been sort of taking turns spelling him and all unified in this message that after the tragedy in Orlando, that new gun control measures need to be considered.
So, Nancy, that was going to be my question. He sort of surprised his fellow Democrats, it sounds like.
He did. They didn't all know that he was going to do this today, but at the same time, they weren't all that surprised. Chris Murphy represents Connecticut, the state that was home, of course, to the tragic Sandy Hook massacre where 26 people, 20 children lost their lives. And he has kind of been on this crusade ever since. Gun legislation has become, I would say, his number one issue in the Senate. And so he speaks on a regular basis about gun control on the Senate floor, especially after a mass shooting like this one. But this morning he just said enough is enough and headed to the Senate floor. We don't know when exactly he planned to do this or if he's taking measures to make sure that he can stay on that Senate floor as long as he wants, if you know what I mean.
I think I do, Nancy.
but he seems to be going strong now in what's the 8th or 9th hour of this filibuster.
All right. So I know people are going to be asking, just to be specific and clear, even if someone else starts speaking, he can't even take a bathroom break.
No, he cannot take a bathroom break. And in the past, when senators have attempted something like this, there have always been questions about, whether they're wearing Depends or what they're doing to hang in there. Obviously, we'll just leave it to your imagination what Senator Murphy is doing, if anything, in this situation. And I guess we'll get our answer if he is still there on the Senate floor come 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
As you noted, though, yeah, Senator Murphy coming from Connecticut, and everyone remembers, obviously, as you mentioned, the Sandy Hook massacre. We will see and continue to watch this picture throughout the night here. We'll see how long he is able to continue. Nancy Cordes, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Elaine.